Hi guys, welcome back to video 6 of our Back to Basics Digital Marketing for Small Businesses series. This will be about on-page SEO, what it is, what to fix on your website today to help improve your visibility online. So in the last video, you built your keyword list, you know what your customers are searching for. Now what? So this is where we get a little bit more practical. On-page SEO is the part of SEO you have the most direct control over. You don't need to wait for other websites to link to you. You don't need a developer. You don't need to spend anything. You just need to know what to fix and where to find it. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear checklist of changes you can start making today. Some of them will take 5 minutes, some of them will take longer, but all of them will make a real difference to how Google reads and ranks your pages. So let's get into it. What is on-page SEO? So a quick recap of where we are. In video 4, we covered the 3 pillars of SEO: technical, on-page, and authority. In video 5, we covered keyword research. This video is about pillar 2, on-page SEO. So on-page SEO refers to everything you can do on your actual web pages to help Google understand what each page is about and why it deserves to rank. It covers the text, the structure, the titles, the headings, the images, and the links. All of the elements that live on the page itself and that you can control directly. This is distinct from off-page SEO, which is more about things happening elsewhere on the internet. Other websites linking to you, your business being mentioned in external articles, your reviews on third-party platforms. We'll get to that a little bit later. Today is entirely focused on what you can fix on your own site. So the reason on-page SEO matters so much for small businesses is that it's the most immediately actionable part of the whole picture. You can make meaningful improvements today, not in 6 months. Today. If there's one thing on your website that has the single biggest impact on your SEO, it's your page titles. So let's start there. So a title tag is the text that appears at the very top of your browser tab when you visit a web page. More importantly, it's the blue clickable headline that appears in Google's search results. It's the first thing a potential customer sees when your page shows up in Google. And it's one of the most important and strongest signals Google uses to understand what your page is about. So go and check your homepage right now. What does the title say? If it says home or welcome or just your business name with nothing else, that can be a problem. Google is reading that title and thinking, this page is about being a home page, which tells it almost nothing useful. A good title tag does 3 things. It includes your primary keyword, it includes your location if you're a local business, and it's written in a way that makes a human want to click it. So instead of home hyphen emergency plumber in Bristol, pipe available 24/7, it reads kitchen design and installation, Bristol, pipe, free quotes. Keep the title tags under 60 characters. Anything longer gets cut off in the search results. It's also important that the title tag is a description of what you actually do and is accurate to what you actually do. Because you may find out as well that Google has picked your title tag for you. And this is something that you want to try and avoid as much as possible. Even though Google is getting a lot better at writing these title tags, it's always helpful for you as a business to try and control as much as you possibly can. And writing these title tags properly and your meta descriptions properly helps you in the long run. So let's talk about those meta descriptions. The meta description is the short paragraph of text that appears underneath your title in Google search results. You've seen these thousands of times without even thinking about them. They sit below the blue headline and they give a brief summary of what the page is about. Here's an important distinction. Meta descriptions don't directly affect your ranking. Google has said as much, but they do provide, or they do have, a significant effect on whether someone clicks your result or your competitors. A well-written meta description with a clear benefit and a call to action, you can argue, will earn you more clicks. More clicks signal to Google that your result is useful, which over time does support your rankings. Write meta descriptions that speak to what the searcher wants. Include your keywords naturally, keep them under 155 characters, and end with something that gives them a reason to click. Get a free quote today, for instance, or find out how much it costs. See our recent work. If you haven't written custom meta descriptions for your key pages, again, Google will just pull random text from your pages, which is almost always worse than just writing your own. Headings and page structure. Every page on your website has a structure. There are headings, there are subheadings that organize the content in the same way a newspaper has headlines and section headers. In web terms, these are called headings, also known as H1, H2, H3 tags. H stands for heading. So H1 is the main heading on the page, the biggest, most prominent title. There should only be one H1 per page. H2s are then subheadings that break the page into sections. H3s are then smaller subheadings within those sections, and you can think of it like a book. So H1 is the chapter title, H2s are the section headings within the chapter, and H3s are subsections within those sections. Google uses this structure to understand what a page is about. The H1 carries the most weight. If your H1 on your plumbing homepage says, "Welcome to our website," Google learns very little, if at all anything. If it says "Emergency plumber in Bristol, available 24 hours," Google immediately understands the page's purpose. Your H1 should include your primary keyword and describe clearly what the page is for. Every page on your site should have exactly one H1. If you have multiple H1s on a page, that's a problem. If you have no H1, that's also a problem. Your H2s should describe the sections of the page and can include secondary keywords naturally. Don't force keywords into headings where they don't make sense. Google is smart enough to recognize that, and it reads awkwardly for real visitors too. The structure also helps real people scan your page. Most visitors don't read every word. They scan headings first to decide if the page is worth their time. A clear heading structure keeps them on the page longer, which is also a positive signal to Google. Common mistakes to check for. Pages with no H1 at all. Multiple H1s on the same page. Headings that are just images with no actual text. And heading tags used purely for visual styling rather than structure. So when we talk about writing content that Google can understand, let's talk about the body content on your pages, the actual paragraphs of text. The guiding principle is this: write for the person first, and Google will follow. If your content genuinely answers the question the page is supposed to answer, clearly and usefully, you're already doing a lot of the right things. SEO-friendly content is not a different type of content. It's just well-written, relevant content with your keywords placed deliberately. Your primary keyword should appear in the first paragraph of your page. Not forced, not repeated 3 times in the opening sentence, just naturally present. Google weighs the beginning of a page more heavily than the end of it, so getting your keyword in early matters. After that, use your keyword and related phrases naturally throughout the page. If you're a Bristol plumber writing a page about boiler installations, you'd naturally mention boilers, Bristol, costs, timeframes, brands, the process. You don't need to count how many times you've used the exact phrase. Just write the content that genuinely covers the topic. One page should target one primary keyword. That doesn't mean one page can only mention one topic. It means one page should have one clear focus. A page trying to rank for plumber Bristol, electrician Bristol, and builder Bristol all at once will rank for none of them. On length, there's no magic number. A page should be long enough to genuinely answer the question it's meant to answer, and no longer. A contact page can be short. A guide to how much a kitchen renovation costs should be comprehensive. Don't pad content out to hit a word count. Google can tell the difference between useful content and filler. One more thing worth mentioning here. If your website has pages with almost no text at all, just a few lines and an image, or a list of services with no explanation, those pages are giving Google very little to work with. Adding a few paragraphs of relevant, useful content to thin pages can make a meaningful difference relatively quickly. So other stuff that can add to your structure, like images, links. This is the stuff that most small business websites are missing. These aren't complicated fixes, but they're almost universally overlooked. Alt text, short for alternative text, is a written description of an image that sits in the code behind your website. You don't see it when you look at a page normally, but Google reads it. Screen readers used by visually impaired visitors also read it. Alt text tells Google what the image shows, which helps Google understand the context of your page and can also get your images appearing in Google image search. Most small business websites have images with no alt text at all, or with automatically generated file names like image_4827.jpg. Neither tells Google anything useful. Write alt text that describes the image accurately and naturally. If it's a photo of a kitchen you fitted in Bristol, the alt text might be newly fitted kitchen in Bristol by your business name. Include your keyword where it genuinely fits. Don't stuff keywords into every image description. Write something a visually impaired person would actually find useful. Internal links. An internal link is a link from one page on your website to another page on your website. When Google crawls your site, it follows these links to discover and understand how your pages relate to each other. A well-linked site is easier for Google to navigate, which means more of your pages get found and indexed properly. Internal links also pass what SEO professionals call link equity. Essentially, a small amount of ranking authority flows through links from one page to another. If your homepage is your strongest page, linking from it to your key service pages helps those service pages rank better too. In practical terms, when you mention a service on your About page, link to that service page. When you write a blog post about kitchen costs, link to your kitchen fitting service page. Connect your pages to each other in ways that make logical sense for a visitor to follow. URL structure. This is kind of a biggie. A URL is the web address of a page. The text, so it's that text that appears in your browser's address bar. For example, www.yourbusiness.co.uk/services/kitchen fitting. Google reads your URLs as another signal of what each page is about. A URL like www.yourbusiness.co.uk/page?ID=47 tells Google nothing. A URL like /emergency plumber Bristol tells Google a great deal. Keep URLs short, descriptive, and keyword relevant. Use hyphens between words, not underscores. Avoid numbers or random strings of characters appearing in them. If your website was built a while ago and your URLs are a mess, this is worth addressing. Though if you change existing URLs, make sure you redirect the old ones to new ones, or you'll lose any existing ranking those pages have built up. This is where you may need some additional help, but some websites do have their own dedicated sections for creating redirects. Sometimes they're laid out simply in the content management system. Other times they don't make sense at all. So we may need to go into this a little bit more in detail in another video. So bringing everything that we've learned in this video together into a practical checklist, start with your most important page, usually your homepage or your main service page. Work through it and ask yourself, does the title tag include my primary keyword and location? Is it under 60 characters? Have I written a custom meta description that gives someone a reason to click? Is it under 155 characters? Is there exactly one H1 on this page? Does it include my primary keyword and describe what the page is for? Does my primary keyword appear naturally in the first paragraph? Do the images on this page have descriptive alt text? Does this page link to at least one other relevant page on my site? Is the URL clean and keyword relevant? That's your on-page SEO checklist. Work through it for your homepage and your 2 or 3 most important service pages. You don't need to do the whole site in one sitting. Pick the pages that matter most and start there. Your homework before video 7. Pick one page on your site and run through the full checklist. Make the fixes you can make today. Note the ones that need more time. That's the work. In the next video, we're moving on to content and SEO. Why blogging still works when it's done with a purpose, what to write about, how to structure a blog post so Google can understand it, and how consistent content builds long-term search visibility that compounds over time. It's the part of SEO most small businesses underestimate. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. There's a lot of you watching these videos that still aren't subscribed to this channel, so please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell as well so you get a notification when a new video drops. Please like and share this video and comment about any questions relating to on-page SEO or SEO in general. I'll see if I can help. See you in the next one.